Much research has led many to conclude that what we think of as self-esteem is actually the output of an evolved psychological system, or sociometer, that is highly sensitive to signs of rejection, or even the possibility thereof, and monitors the social environment for anything relevant to our relational value, which is the degree to which we believe that other people regard their relationship with us to be important. Indeed, this same line of research has confirmed that our state self-esteem, how we feel from moment to moment, fluctuates in response to the degree that we think we are or are likely to be valued, accepted, and supported versus devalued, rejected, and unsupported by others, while our trait self-esteem, a more stable indication of how we feel about ourselves in general, also correlates highly with our perceptions of both our actual and potential relational value. And this is even true of people who claim to be unconcerned by what other people think of them. You see, because social connectedness was so vital to our ancestors, evolution fashioned us not just to feel good when connected, but feel safe and secure. On the other hand, it further fashioned us not just to feel bad when disconnected, but unsafe and insecure. Because that's exactly what we would have been were we born into the hunter-gatherer societies of our ancestors. It's for this reason that the sociometer is like a gauge which measures our perceived relational value, both in the immediate context and in the long term, with acceptance or acceptability and rejection or rejectability being its two opposing endpoints. Self-esteem, which soars when we believe that we embody traits and characteristics that are important for social acceptance, such as competence, likability, and attractiveness. And dive bombs when we feel that we are incompetent, unlikable, and unattractive as the effective output of that calculation, and hurt feelings as a kind of alarm system which draws our attention to the source of this social pain. In this respect, any indications of low relational value from a romantic breakup, especially if somebody else was chosen instead, to direct criticism and even subtler expressions of disinterest, disapproval, and avoidance will usually trigger, to varying degrees, a whole host of negative and socially activated emotions, including guilt, shame, embarrassment, and jealousy, which evolve to either prevent us from damaging our social relationships or motivate us to repair them if we do. But of course, in a modern-day world where cutting ourselves off from others is most usually not going to be too detrimental to our survival, and where the need to reconnect is often not felt as strongly as the desire to be alone, that motivation is all but gone. So all we end up feeling is multiple forms of crap. The remedy for this is to understand what emotions really are and to use them for the reasons they were intended, as signals and motivators. In this sense, our low self-esteem and its accompanying emotions are merely the conveyors of a message, and they're telling us that if we want to feel better, then we need to reaffirm or renew our connections with the many, even if, and actually especially if, we're not as connected to the few, or even just the one as we would ideally like to be.